guys, welcome back to On the Frets, and I'm really excited about today's lesson. We're going to go over a couple more major seventh chords. And you may remember last time I was saying that, there are different ways to play the same chord. You can use different fingerings, and today I'm going to show you what I mean by that. We're going to play an E major 7 and an A major 7, but I want to show you how you can jump into the A major 7 with two different fingerings based on what chord you're playing. And I figured it might be good to give you an example of what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and start with the A major 7 and learn that real fast, and then we'll transition into it from, we're going to use the C major 7, which we've already learned in a previous video, so if you haven't seen that, please check that out. And we're going to do E major 7. So let's go ahead and start with the A. So what we're going to do, we've got an open A string. We're going to take our middle finger and put it on the 2nd fret of the D string. Our index finger is going to go on the 1st fret of the G string. And then our ring finger is going to go on the 2nd fret of the B string. We're going to play 5 strings in this chord, from the A down to the high E. These are really pretty chords. I'm enjoying showing you guys these chords, because I'm actually been having fun playing them. So this is your A major 7 chord. And as usual, don't get that string in there. Kind of get your thumb up there if you need to, in case you hit it, you can't hear it. But if you can, try to get it, from the A string all the way down. And so what we're going to do is, you can see how we have our fingering now. If we were to transition into C, it will be super easy. We can just take our ring finger and move it up to the 3rd fret of the A string, lift our index finger up, and now we're in C major 7. So to go back, to transition, all we have to do is move these two fingers back to where they were. So we can put our index back on the 1st fret of G and our ring back on the 2nd fret B. So you can leave your middle finger where it is, and that can kind of be like your anchor point. So see, like, don't lift the middle, you can just move right back and forth from one chord to the other. So let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so that's your A major 7 coming out of your C major 7. So now what I want to show you is, let's jump over to E major 7, and we're going to learn a different fingering for this same A major 7 chord, and you'll see why here in a second. So we're going to take, for the E major 7, we're going to want to take our ring finger, put it on the 2nd fret of the A string. We're going to take our index finger, 1st fret on the D string, and then your middle finger right under that on the 1st fret on the G string. Now on this one, we're going to play every string like we do in most E chords. This is the E major 7. And another really pretty chord. I really like these chords. So now what we're going to do is, when we jump into the A7, you remember our last fingering. Well, instead of doing that, we've already got our two fingers here pretty much positioned to drop right into it. We've got our middle finger right where it needs to be. So instead of lifting up every finger to remake the entire chord, we're just going to drop these two right back down. And now we're playing the A major 7 like this, with our ring finger on the 2nd fret of the D, our middle finger is on 1st fret G, and we're using our pinky now. on the 2nd fret of the B string. And you'll see that this helps. You can again use your middle finger as an anchor point. Tricky there. Pretty chord. And so see, what I like to call this, and you may have heard this term, it's the economy of motion. So what you're doing is, instead of being here and going, okay, now I've got to jump into A major 7, if you moved every finger like we did before, you'd have to pick all of them up and reposition to play it this way, which is great. If you can do that, then you should, but you're going to have to go from here to here. When you could, you're already here, so just go ahead and drop these two, and you're in the same chord. And the reason I like to stress that is because if you can keep an anchor point and keep your fingers down, it kind of gives you a guide as to where you are. And it also is more likely that you'll make the transition smooth because you're not picking up every single finger to reposition it like this. You're just taking what you already have and just dropping it down. So you're not doing as much movement, and that makes it easier. Just like coming out of this one, you don't really have to do much. You're already almost right there, see? And so that's why it's important for you to learn how to play a lot of these chords in different positions. You could even switch up this E major 7 and flip these two fingers around if that's more comfortable for you, and then you can just slide into it like this. So there's many ways that you can voice these chords or finger them in different ways, and it's good to know them, so depending on which chord you're coming out of into the next one, you can adjust your fingering for what makes the most musical sense. And so let's just run over those again real quick before I get out of here. So we've got our A major 7, and we've got our E major 7. And that's pretty much it for today. I hope you guys really enjoyed this lesson. If you have any questions, again, please just ask. Don't hesitate. We're always here to help you out. And as usual, we hope you guys will keep watching and keep practicing, and you'll keep getting better. So we'll see you next time. Thanks, man.